Okay. And we are live. Welcome back to Tea Break Songwriting. It's Monday night. We're here. We've got a cup of tea. We've got a bass guitar today, actually, to make things a little bit different. Go out of the comfort zone. It's not something I'd normally start as a sort of... I wouldn't use it as a starting point for writing most of the time. I have done before. In fact, what was that song on Geoff 2? It was the one that had... it's called What Will You Do? So it was the... What will you do when the money runs out, my baby? Can I actually play it? That's the question. Let's do it again. What will you do when the money runs out, my baby? Just call your daddy and everything will be okay. That is humbling me, that. I don't think I've ever played that and sung that. But I did write it on the bass guitar. It doesn't sound like I did from that. What will you do when the money runs out, my baby? Just call your daddy and everything will be okay. Okay. So I wrote that on the bass guitar. And it's an interesting way to start, right? It's not something I always do. But I am going to do it today. That is going to be my constraint. My constraint today is writing just on this. So you have to think about it in a different way, right? You have to think about bass lines and how it can define a song. Obviously, very definitive bass line. Think of other ones. Let me think. Very distinctive, and it obviously makes a song, right? And I guess it's not my aim today to write an iconic bass line. That would be really adventurous for a Monday night. But what I am going to do is write around it. So I think what I'm going to do to start off with, in fact, I'll tell you a little story, because I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about the constraint of writing with just bass guitar. And I was in a band at school that was originally called The Rogue. Then we were called Sound of Silence. In fact, we were called about 1,000 different things, and we were eventually called Local Heroes. And the bass player in that band was one of my best friends, John Arold, who is a fantastic bass player. And we grew up together. And as a result, when it came to being in that band, we would argue with each other over a lot of different things. And there was a song that I wrote with the Local Heroes called Are You Not Entertained? And I was playing rhythm guitar in the band at the time, and I didn't notice it until much later. But John wrote a fantastic bass line on this song, and I noticed it in a sound check when we were doing a gig, and I was like, I said, sort of, in my sort of teenage underconfident sense, I remember leaning across and saying to John, because the bass line was something like. That kind of thing. So you think, right, okay, as a rhythm guitarist, you go, I could probably play that. I wouldn't be able to play and sing it. In fact, I'm not going to do that now. And I was like, I sort of leaned across to him and I sort of said, oh, John, is there any chance that I could play that just as a rhythm guitar part? And he just went, no. And that was that. So that might be the first time I've ever actually played that. But yeah, it was a great bass line, and it can really make or break a song. But that's not kind of what this is about. This is about sort of writing from the point of being like, what can you come up with? So when I was talking about What Will You Do, that came about from a bass line in a slightly different way, because I wanted something I could sort of just, and sing over. So it was a slightly different approach, and it is really just like that's a 12 bar with a few different chords thrown in, right? and I just had that kind of mentality of being able to. I just wanted to be able to sing over the top of it, ironically, because obviously I've not been able to do that today. That's the joy of overtracking, right? Yeah. What will you do when the money runs out, my baby? I'm being humbled, totally humbled. But let's get the tomato timer started. Remember, if you're joining, you've got a cup of tea, let me know. This one is just about at drinking temperature. So let's get that tomato timer started. Okay, so what can we come up with in this time? We could do something where we're just sort of changing between a couple of chords. I'm going to put that slightly over there because I can hear that ticking. There we go. Okay, so we could play sort of like a nice sort of simple mark out over the top of that. Let's assume that we're going to be in A major, right? But we're going to start on chord 4. We're going to start on D major. But what can we do? And I was just about to say my inclination to put percussion in this, and then the one and only ABC has joined us in the chat. The greatest drummer of all time. I'll take no other answer on that. But yeah, it's my natural inclination to try and add a bit of rhythm into that. So what can we do with that? Okay, so we're going to still be in A major. Okay. Okay, so I need kind of a lyric. I need a lyric hook. I need something to go off. What about? Oh, I'm just looking at my desk for a bit of inspiration. Why don't we go for something to do with? It's kind of like got like a walk-in. Okay. Okay, so it'd be like, got nothing to do. I'm losing my key a bit. Got nothing to do. So what is understand with you? Oh, okay, let's go for that. Got nothing to do. So why can't I spend some time with you? It's not great, but we'll do it. Got nothing to do. So why don't I spend some time with you? I've got nothing to do. So why can't I spend some time with you? Got nothing to say. Nice and easy. We could let's find some more rhymes. Let's get the old rhyming dictionary out. Let's do that. I wanna spend some time with you. Okay, getting our A rhymes up. Okay, what about that then? Oh, that's an interesting word. Matinee. Let's try and get that in there. Okay. Got nothing to do, so I wanna spend some time with you. nothing to say. Why don't you come to the matinee? It doesn't really scan well, does it? Got nothing to say, so won't you come to the matinee? Okay. Got nothing to say, so won't you come to the matinee? It's not quite sitting on that, is it? Got nothing to say. Come join me at the matinee. So won't you join me at the matinee? Okay, so we got nothing to do. So won't you spend... I've forgotten it already. Got nothing to do. I wanna spend some time with you. Nothing to say. Me at the matinee. The matinee. Okay. Got nothing to say. So won't you join me at the matinee? Milky Way. That's interesting, wasn't it? Got nothing to say. So won't you join me for a Milky Way? We can make it really psychedelic. So won't you join me in the Milky Way? The galaxy. Okay, so got nothing to do. Let's try and make that bass line a bit more interesting. Got nothing to do. Got nothing to do. Wanna spend some time with you. Got nothing to say. So won't you join me at the matinee? Interesting. Could have a bit of a groove on that. If you're still here, ABC, what kind of thing you're picturing as the groove under that? It's that kind of, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like, because I'm kind of naturally putting it in a kind of steady rock groove. Dum dum bum 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 bum. Got nothing to do. 'Cause I wanna spend some time with you. Nothing to say. Won't you join me at the matinee? Matinee. Interesting. Could be where we go next. And on that, the timer is gone. So that's what we got so far. We got nothing to do. So I wanna spend some time with you. Got nothing to say. Won't you join me at the matinee? Matinee. Do 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 do. So we see a show. Want to go. Okay, could be something in that. But there we go. That has been Monday's Tea Break Songwriting. And once again, I find that really disconcerting. It carries on ticking after it's rung. But yeah, that's what you can hear in the background there. But that's what we got in 10 minutes. And that's just with a little bit of simple kind of bass writing, which is really, really out of my comfort zone, I'm not going to lie. So that's what we kind of come up with today, and be interesting to hear where you think that song might go. What does it need? Where does it go? What's the guitar part like in your head? What kind of lyrics? I feel like we've got matinee in there, and maybe it's something about going to a show. Who knows? But yes, thank you, as always, for joining me on Tea Break Songwriting. And if you want to see the others, they're all on my YouTube channel. They're all on the Facebook page as well. If you want to see the others, they're on a little YouTube playlist. So if you head to my YouTube channel, you will see it all there. But yeah, thank you for joining me. And once again, I will see you next time for more Tea Break Songwriting.